Exactly, and now, and yeah, he gets to get reunited at least with Rossi, but Rossi also switches into a role going into the Senti.
Yeah.
You have to also underline for EG though, they keep the same comp, but they are also switching roles. Okeanos is now going to be the tip of the spear, playing this Whaley for the team, and Digizine to support them on the Yoru.
Have swapped it before. Digizine, no stranger to that Yoru, but we have seen Okeanos fragging on it, so can we expect the same from this? Envy taking space already as EG do the same long, and it looks like they are going to put their foot down here just from Art right away and sign off on it.
Double mollies too, so that's no alarm but on middle. This is why you're playing so passively for EG.
Ears
already
are ringing.
Superman, yeah, is under heavy trouble.
Still gets it. A little bit of help from the team there as he was very concussed up. They're trying to push through the smoke. Nice job holding the defensive side as Envy continues to push forward, but it's not enough. It's falling flat, and Digizine hits a 3K.
EG was ready for that, despite them being spread all across the map. Again, they were expecting for Envy just to continue to be aggressive in the post plan. They held their lines where you're trying to cross over to find information. You needed some util to at least help out onto Keston to move towards that pit fight. And he runs into a crossfire setup, and there's just too much to deal with here for Envy.
Nice, boys. There we go. Hey, that's a...
It looked red. Looked like they had the cover for each other for all the util that Envy used there. It was very nice.
One thing that's for sure, though, at least for Envy, is once they take the defensive side, it would still be a very difficult game for EG, because you're still looking at a roster across the board that has some heavy, heavy firepower. Okeanos is already running under trouble. A drive-by from Keze with the Sheriff.
Yeah. Forcing an error there, and they're still going to push in. The rest of the team is trying to pick up the pieces. Almost a little too much, but EG does come out with the 3v3 now. Have to be careful of how this works. Kesnet with the Guardian is able to go back and forth. Gonna keep focused on those guns in sight.
And there's no util right now for EG. They have to move in as a group.
Another. Looking to tempt some shots, draw some eyes, and they leave Bao to run in. The Phantom purchase for the round is gonna clean a few up, get that return on investment, and good patience to slow that one down, recognizing Envy was putting a little bit of chaos in there.
And that's one thing that we're gonna keep underlining in this game. EG, they wanted to brush up on their micro against Loud last week, and they looked excellent in that series. Now we want to see if we're going to be able to continue this against a team like Envy. Again, they've learned from their opening kickoff game against this very team where that aggression from Envy kind of took over for them. And for Envy's a win over EG. But now so far so good. I love how we scaled back towards that map, playing the buddy system on that retake, despite this being an anti-eco and probably doable for Envy's side, because it was a very nice 3v3 in the end. That was doable on the side of the attack. But now for the gun round of Envy. It's going to continue to be slow, playing a little bit more of a default on a 2-2-1, trying to prod to see if there's anybody pushing aggressively as you have this bonus for EG.
Nice pressure for Okeanos to follow the drone. They have Calm on that Odin at double doors for a moment to keep the spray down, but he backs down street as Envy doing a little bit of play so they can get themselves into the hallway towards Art. They've gained a bit of space here, but no real movement towards the map side of EG.
We might have to come down to the activation on this B long so far for the side of Envy, because you've made so much noise in the first place. Now you finally push them back. Actually, this is perfect look for EG right now. They could split into a 4-1 setup on the B site where there's a very weak side. They had to TP out.
Oh, Kesnet. Oh, gets torn apart by the Superman Bandit, and Calm does make that Odin sing. Envy getting a little bit of ground in sight, and they are going to use all the time in the world on EG's side to walk this one back in so they can have the right hit from every side it looks like they're going to be able to come from.
They're a little bit separated, though. There's so much good util on Okeanos, but look at him flanking all the way towards that long B side. So really, you're looking at a flash, hopefully a recon that comes back for Calm for that fuck retake, but they're losing the timing.
A quick trade. Okeanos needs to move, but he can't make a footstep yet. He doesn't know if somebody's in range. Now he's kind of activated, and he can start to head down long.
There's that dart.
Spike's about to hit medium tick here. Calm's off is going to play off that utility and easily get the spray down. The last shot from Bao. They have 3 alive still, and EG grabbed their bonus round.
That's surprising as well from EG. Set up in a position where they're just trying to react on EG coming back, and once they realize that EG are fairly slow, they're not trying to group up here. You saw, at least on the sidewalk towards the street, Rossi did try to find some information in the pulse plan to try to cut these rotates, but the rest of them staying anchored up. Staying in individual positions, though, just gave so many 1vx's in favor of EG to retake.
EG have shown now A is closed and B is closed. It's going to take more than some regular hits to get in. So how can Envy start to really split this defense?
Envy will go for a 5-man hit.
Yeah.
It's a half buy. You're trying to get some value here off this Bucky wall slicer and a slide from Kesnet. Now Digizine hands that outlaw.
One clean shot. They know Spike's on the left side of the map. They can at least bring one more over as you see that lean coming in from Com to protect the site and just reassure that they're in the right spot. Oh, this is going to be tough. Seeing stars is Digizine, but he gets out on the gate crash. Kesnet's forced to run through, taking a bit of damage in the same moment, and that damage is finalized by Bao.
Plant is good at least, but they're looking fairly strong for EG for the retake. At least this time around, it looks like they want to try to push towards Street.
A little side kill there helps. They got to look, break the crosshair, but Bao is able to get one. It still means Envy is trying to be active on this. EG goes for the dimensional drift to find the rest of the members, and Exter looks like he might get cracked on this one. He goes to hide again, a Stinger, a Bucky. He's got an arsenal back there, but does he have the answer for everyone staring him down? He does not. Digizine grabs another one. And already, dimensional drift in this round into some more kills. EG are flowing.
I love the confidence from Digizine just to stay in that. There was, what, a concuss from the Astra on the side of Demon 1. Yet he still stays in and tries for a shot before he TP's out and makes it out safely. If he actually died, though, that's an outlaw left in the post plan, which would have been dangerous there for EG.
Yeah.
But thankfully here, despite the damage being done for NV side on this half-buy, you're still flowing with a lot of money for EG, for most of the crew. What a shot from Demon 1, by the way.
Phew, he still has that Sheriff. He's playing smokes. You remember his Brim on Fracture, even his Astra. He's
for not seeing a Chamber.
Oh my, they release a video that has Chamber's face, his card, it's his name on Demon 1 with Chamber there, and we get Astra. We better get a Chamber in this series. We better get a Chamber. Let's see what they have for round 5 out of this timeout for Envy.
It's been a pain point for Envy so far, but you understand here, you lose a bonus, things start spiraling, but the retakes have been really good for EG. So you have to iron these out on the post plan. And despite that, trying to play it slow, trying to force EG's hand to find the info first, that's a solo push-up from Digizine. And there's 3 players over, maybe not even 4 at the beginning on that B site, yet he still comes out unscathed for EG side. Beautiful start for EG after this timeout from Envy.
And they're ready to play towards A too. No, they'll have to delay and get a retake here. Superman playing safe in the back, goes for a bit of a smoke, gets a kill through 3. Somehow Poppin takes a pie to the face past his teammates. And now they're holding in the site Digi with another one. He's just popping out of the woodwork. You can hardly see him when he's hitting these shots from the side of Envy. And they are lost in this one as Bao gets a little bit of a KJ diff there on the lurk, and it is 5-0. The timeout will not work for Envy.
And you have to understand here why we have these role switches going into this map as well, to see Rossi on this KJ. When Demon 1 plays a Chamber or he plays a Brimstone Astra, Brimstone Astra is going to be with the team or he's going to have to play post plans. But when he's playing a Chamber, he's more like a rotational pickoff type of player, while you need lurkers. That's what was one of the key components that Envy's working around the map, forcing rotates and being able to pump back into a different site. It was because of Enspire's lurks. Now you're giving it to Rossi, who's also very good in that role, which is probably why now he's playing this KJ and not giving this Senti role to Demon 1 just because of the map layout here of Pearl.
All right. Confirmed entry with the dimensional drift. They can see Bao on the backside. We'll say we'll put this right on point.
Simple.
Easy kill. Yeah, really just going back to basics here on using one ult to favor the other, complement the other. Still push. They have a reaction for the util. Very nice protocol here from the side of Envy to stop it. But is it going to be too much chaos from EG? As the rest of Envy is just ready down the firing line of Secret to bring that in their favor.
When you open it up on that side and you're playing weak for EG on the A site with Bao's util, if he dies, I mean, you've already lost the information on what could happen here towards Art.
Right.
I have the best question marks in the game.
It was artistic.
But there's just so much space that Envy could take here in the post plan. So they all group up towards the end. They all at least try to congregate into one section that they could retake for EG. But Envy just had great counter util in the post plant because most of it was just used by a double ult to take space control, which is great.
Rolled a few off the chin of Demon 1 there, but he still gets the kill as it goes through the metal. So they get one back, see where they can take the money, see where they can take the gameplay. We've kind of had the death ball strategy from Envy here in these past few rounds so they could keep their forces together.
Definitely took a Hail Mary for that round, right? The double
Yeah.
ult to get some space. Thankfully now, Digizine still has his overdrive, so they could cycle a little bit more. And despite them winning the round, a couple of them did die with not too much money left going into this round, so Eggster only has a Spectre to work with. It'll be another very slow start for Envy. Just still continuous different looks and trying to get active information in the first place. Is this drone on this long B side, excuse me. Hasn't seen any position from the Opera yet. They maybe are thinking that the Op is playing towards this B site, but it's actually just Okeanos playing at the orb over A. And the Op was actually posted up on Art. Beautiful mind games here. A call from Calm to rotate Digizine back on the Op line because there's no more deep drone to spot down towards that long B. Digizine has an opportunity for a great opener once again.
He's holding down low. He knows if they hit this late, they're probably not going to do too much on the top side. Oh, he was right, but he moved a little too early, and that's an activation for Envy here. Nice Cosmic Divide is going to make EG feel a little uncomfortable on their sight. As a quick check to the backside, gives them safety. Oh, still Calm's going to find you with the shock darts, as always. The next plant to come back in, it's going to be the Killjoy ultimate, going to be a lockdown, though, so we might have somebody caught if you cannot get Eggster out.
It just got theirs out too.
Yep.
Maybe a couple of seconds left, so that's going to force Envy out, allowing EG to flood back in with the Cosmic Divine. You could at least get it halfway, but they haven't wasted a util from the After yet.
Dashing through. Kesnit now looking for a first kill as Demon 1 gets bowed down. They are arms reach apart here as the fire starts coming through, and EG finds a few kills for themselves. Is it another one trade down long? They're not putting the pressure on. They're not getting the swings that they need here. It's all up to GG now. Operator there, a peek's gonna come out, but it's not gonna be enough time. All of the smokes, all the delay. Beautifully played by Envy there. It took quite a bit from both teams, but it's what comes out for Envy's side that matters, that victory.
Envy was not afraid to refight through the Cosmic Divide as soon as that lockdown was depleted on EG's attempt. Look at this. Yes, it's a beautiful Shark Dart in the beginning, but towards the end, for EG flooding back in his double ult on their side, they haven't tapped Spike.
Yeah,
there's just a lot of util coming back from Envy's side that just
comms, guys. Let's go, guys.
really delayed everything on the side of Envy, which is perfect.
Just kind of felt like false pressure. You know, you are coming back into the site, but you're not making the enemy care too much about it.
Well, an op is saved for Digizine going into this round. A stack heavier on EG's side as they have this lower buy. Soki with the Guardian.
He's been here a few times, trying to take the fights himself. Another one? No, the saturate was so nice, but Eggster and the rest of the team trade back. Hunter's Fury goes through that chaos as well from Calm in the back to get a kill. And there are X's all over A, but it does not mean Rossi stops moving. He's still trying to gain space and figure stuff out while the plant goes down.
The plan was still pretty good for EG. What a shot, though, for Digizine. That's Eggster down, advantage for the side of EG, as now the alarm bot is sounded. They know at least that one is towards Art. They could start tempoing up here, especially now that Digizine has the ult to confirm where the second player is going to be.
Well, they see the turret. That wasn't there before, so they're guessing it's going to be what they need. Wait, wait, wait! Why are you looking left if there was confirmed no one there? Oh, the last moments are just all in Envy's favor around the dimensional drift, and they snuff that play right out.
And that's a little bit of a slip there. We were talking about EG having to clean up a little bit of that micro and just having to turn left without, you know, flicking towards that right side to really clear both extremities, because they found that perfect timing to take down Calm out in the open. And then the crossfire to bring immense value from Art after that lurk coming out here from Rossi. And there you go. You see how they were so focused on trying to take down Rossi towards Art that Kesnit found that perfect timing. You'll count your lucky stars there because that closes that gap. There's only 2 rounds remaining to tie up this game for Envy side. And yeah, you're going to stop the breaks now. Potter calling it for EG to just redraw the plans on how they want to anchor on these sites. I mean, it was still nicely drafted. You're trying to go for, you know, the dash up to find info combined with the Hunter's Fury, but that second layer, they tried to stay on site. They tried to fight with the Chaos against Envy, which was something that they also wanted to explore going into Loud. But going into that post plan, it's finally been cleaned up here by Stunner.
If they are moving forward, here again, that at long C. So we'll see if Oki can get himself going here. Looks like he might be backed up by the drone this time too on Art.
Digizine's going to find, or try to find some value again with the I thought he was going to try to move up a lot more where he found some value with the Phantom before, but he'll stay posted up for a bit As they hear the drone, they re-clear towards Art for EG. Has a little bit of a stalemate, but the ult comes up right away for Extra to find the early information and a quick 5-man pop.
Instantly cut the site as well. Towards the right side, making sure it's safe. They leave 2 in main to insert, but now Exter is fully pressuring here towards the backside, and EG can't even approach their site.
Always seem to be stuck to play the post plant right now when it comes down to these big ult rounds for Envy. What do you have cooked up now for EG as you're a man down already from Okeanos?
Poppin starts it. Safety in sight. Everybody's kind of got a crossfire on each other, and that's the one. Poppin goes for the kill as they get one out. Nicely played by Exter and the team there, just to send EG for a loop. And Demon 1 had an op in the back, by the way, on main. Still opping. Still Demon 1. It's going to be a save for EG as they cruise out to the left side of the map here. And Envy, this was a 5-1 game. It's now going to be a 5-4 game.
Correct. Yeah, again, after that timeout from Envy, and they started having these ult cycles coming out on their side too, they were able to take full advantage of it, even canceling out the big ult round that EG had before on that lockdown and Astra Cosmic Divide on that B site. So that means now for Envy, they're definitely on the driver's seat for this half. And I'd like to see EG maybe try to change things a little bit more now when it comes down to these chaotic rounds. Because, again, they were looking good Chaos versus Chaos against Loud and kind of caught their opponents off guard. Now you're allowing Envy to get full setup on these pulse plants, and now they found how they could course correct right over here to fight towards that pit.
Bro, we have Demon 1. She's the best player in the world. Let's go.
As Demon 1 just sits back and sips a mojito and A main for that round.
But you saw how that changed towards that fight on that pit. Instead of the pistol round, of course, where you don't have that util, but now you're baiting some players out, you're TPing out, and you're swinging right after the TP from Exter. And EG gets all of their angles broken trying to fight back into the A-side pit take. Now it's a big round that EG could maybe take into their advantage because they have this Waylay ult. It's actually Okeanos using the mini op with the Guardian, looking down the line aggressively actually for info, which allows now EG to focus a little bit more on the crossfire and to getting information on middle.
Just patience now. Exter's probably not going unless he has some util. They're waiting for each other here to make a move. I kind of like this from Envy. They've shown a lot of pressure in the beginning of the rounds before. Now it's going to be very patient to make people second guess if it's actually going to happen. Right. Flash is coming through. Shots going a little wayward for a moment there, but it is going to be Envy trying to push through Art here. Nice shot by Digi to slow him down. Wait, Okeanos is there too. It's only a few trades from Envy and not enough to stop EG's defense.
I thought Oki was going to run down there as he only had the Guardian inside that smoke.
He makes it work. We've been looking to see if he could come online yet this game. They've kind of kept him quiet on this Waylay. And now probably don't need to use the convergence path that has come up. Kesnet. The shorty on Digi as he's going to slide around here. This can be incredibly effective as he slides into 1v1s. Boom. Saved by Demon 1. He's trying to hide just outside the path. And they're just waiting. Long swing. Ooh. Here's a pop-in for you. Bao's going to be able to clean that one up. 6-4. It was going for a few rounds, but EG stopped the bleeding there.
You see the practice coming in for EG as they looked like they're going to align themselves to Demon 1, and they just went back and said, wait, guys. We have to think about the fundamentals. 3, 2, 1, a wide swing, and then finally they break the crosshair placement, and they even pull out a live bar all of them. And that definitely surprised Envy when they tried to double run through that smoke. Nice repositioning coming out from Okeanos. And even Bao is the one that gets the kill. Man, they're getting good values with the bandits and the pistols. Remember Superman at the beginning of that half, all the way towards that back of that B site.
Taste your own medicine, right? 6-4 here. 2 more rounds to clean up this half. Could go either way with the buys coming through. And EG keeps that up.
Maybe orb control will be the name of the game here. Demon 1 would have a Cosmic Divide if he picks up that orb. Allow for them to go into easy mode on the execution on that B site. Drone hasn't, well, the turret's going to see them at least. Now
there it is.
There's that orb. And there's that pick from Digizine again, though.
He's hardly been on that left side, actually, towards the screens. It's been box, it's been back haul, so always switching it up as the site hit comes in. Cosmic Divide for safety, but how safe is the question? Calm already getting one, swings through the wall, is going to be found very quick. They're just not stopping. EG biting down. on this Cosmic Divide right away. Oh, bow! And Digizine there to clean the round up. Crispy there from EG on the hold.
Yeah, I was questioning here Envy running down for that plant, especially when they lost a player, but it's Poppin trying to go for that plant. He already had a Hunter's Fury. He was probably going to be the one that could save the round for Envy, but instead they go through their tried and true, their play style. They tap the spike, they force the players to come out, and they're counting on their aim. They try to win these rounds, but Util continues to be too good for EG. They back themselves out into these fights. I'm feeling like it's Christmas.
He's giddy over there. Where are we going? Looks like it's happening fast. They've slowed it down a few times, and now they're going to hit the go button.
Double ult again.
Cruising right through. Digizine's going to try to get in the face of him. He does the shorty works, and he gate crashes out just to return a little bit later for another fight and play again. Oh, not even able to clear the right side. They're so tunneled on what's happening over towards the Util of Evil Geniuses as they continue to clean up Envy. Flawless round so far, and a flawless round to end the first half.
Great cleanup by Potter, sends the timeout as well on their side, and they're making this game and this series interesting. Again, a big elimination game, big changes coming out for Envy. And EG trying to find their championship form. And it's all thanks to this guy. The continuous first bloods from Digizine that gets converted back for EG is the name of that first half.
This first half of Evil Geniuses versus Envy.
Oh my God, Demon 1 cosplay!
Has been in your face, and I don't think it's going to change when we come back from the break. Don't go anywhere.
For tying things up on a 5-5 scoreline until Potter called that timeout and at the end of round number 8. Yeah, they could convert the other one too, but then the last 3 looked pretty good. But here's that question mark that looks to be answered this time around as we're about to witness the second half unfold. Envy, 5 players individually could definitely win these rounds.
Okeanos is going to start off and already shut down 2. Demon 1 says he can have a play at it, and they're going to try to actually protect this. I thought Supermen and the rest of the team were going in, but it's going to fizzle out for now. A creep going into the site here for EG as they try to keep things a little quiet until the drone, but they still have quite a bit of control over here. They just have to figure out what's going on in art. Oh, the peek, the double swing there. Bao is able to help clean that trade up. They're still going. They're still going. It doesn't look like they're going to slow down at all. A jump in coming from Rossi. He's going to throw his aim off for a moment. Can it be popping? It's Bao again! A 3K for Bao on this pistol. A 3K for DG earlier. Like, these guys are cruising.
Especially when you see all the 5Xs for the blue side of Envy just dying here towards middle. It just became an easy, you know, advantageous position from AG's side. Look at how we're trying to push out. There's one flash, and then we're all peeking one by one at that point. Yes, we tried to converge on 2 angles, but EG were just ready for it. They had 3 players on their side and just fought back beautifully.
Bro, yo, Kesnet! Kesnet Dookie!
He's gonna have to watch his words though, because I remember an Okeanos, I think on Lev against Crew, was very loud against Kesnet, and then it ended up being a victory for Crew in the end. So we'll have to see if it bites back. So far, so good, though. Yeah. Okeanos continues, shuts down Extra, was trying to look for some warp control. So for Envy's end, they're just trying to maximize as much as they can into their eco so that they could get these ults up ASAP. Poppin's already halfway towards his on the Hunter's Fury, but EG are starting to run away with these rounds.
Pushing in the eyes of Digizine right now as they get Dimensional Drift back online ASAP, but still right side of the map, they're working back on the defensive side. So thinking Envy's going to get a little weird here on their lower buy. A little bit of the anti-eco purpose for EG moving in here slowly.
Turning every stone, though.
Yeah.
Double swing to break the turret behind a drone, too. That confirms an open site for them to take. I don't know if Rossi will try to go for a timing. He only has a classic to work with, and now it's just find exits, try to go for Dynaspike. Don't give these orbs up on the side of Okeanos, who's already halfway. So that means for me, you're going to have to switch weapons here. Maybe try to pick up the a pistol from Superman or Bao and start having Okeanos chasing for these kills in spawn.
I like that. Looks like they might trade over here. No, they're actually just getting out. Trading positions, so still at least going for the effective person to push. Calm starts off there, and the rest of Envy, I think, are going to try to deny some orbs here as we just get the spike to go off. A nice job by EG to roll through these ones. I think one of the things that pained them in pro going forward. There you go. You got the trade finally. One thing that pained them was they played a little too safe on these rounds where they had buys, and they kind of let the enemy team in and under their skin, but not this time.
Good shock darts coming out from Calm. That's like, what, 2 shock darts that he's gotten on this map so far?
Yeah.
So getting value off the credits that he spends for the abilities here for that Sova. He's also getting very close to halfway to his Hunter's Fury.
Jeez. Zoop. Gets it. Of course he's blind when he does it too. He is having a grand old time today. All right, 10-4 here. Digi with the Outlaw. 18-6 for both him and Bao. Just laying down the law today.
Right now, the openers is across the board from EG on how they're getting these values, but on that first half, it was definitely Digizine at the tip of the spear. You know, we talked about 5 first bloods. All 5 of them converted into a round for EG in that first half.
That's incredible.
So think about him right now with this Outlaw. The thing is this bonus round is not going to be as strong against Envy. The Outlaw against 4 full shields across the board here for the players out of 5 of Envy. They could stay alive here in these fights, but they have power numbers on the attack.
Making good space. They're feeling comfortable about their take, actually. A little late on the activation to see if Envy was maybe hiding in the works. Oh, Rossi with the angle. Rossi with a sliver. Forces off that so he doesn't play anything too silly and the team can get back with him. Oh, knowledge of Rossi's position gives him some damage. Now you got to watch coming around the flank, though, as well from our Demon One has a good push inside. Exter doesn't fall prey to it that time with the shorty, and Demon One's good for 2 from around the outside. Now it's just Digizine and Superman getting back in from main, and it is going to be a task. That's 1 shot. That's 2.
Oh,
wait,
my
it's
God.
3! No, this can't happen! It can! We just watched it! And I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it. Evil geniuses grab another round that was well in the hands of Envy.
And that's on Superman. 17 assists, by the way, on Superman.
Oh my gosh.
And somehow finds the timing out of his gravity well to not allow Envy to get even half the fuse at the start. So they find the perfect timing as the smoke dissipates, and it's Outlaw Classics. And the long range catching players off guard 1 by 1. What a conversion out from the Evil Geniuses.
I think that's a big point where we see that it comes down to the team who's kind of in that veteran locked-in status to a team that then at that point relies on firepower in a moment, relies on swinging on each
other when they're trying to get that diffuse. Where that's planted towards that fridge, you could still body block your teammate to at least go for a half diffuse, maybe even a full diffuse, but they weren't really there to work with each other for Envy after they retook the A site.
Well, they're active. Double swing doors, instant control in mid. Tempting a fight. Bao feels it already. Yeah, and they actually got it right off of the turret too. Oh, the throw over the wall for the escape. Very nicely played. As Bao kind of calls that one.
Oh, a little hand sticking out.
Took his elbow off and then the hand. We traded back beautifully. Will they get another peek is the question. Orb grabbing out. EG doing a great job at maxing in these rounds too to make sure they have an advantage to get the round if they are stopped in their initial strat.
Well, that happened towards the beginning of the round. Looks like they already took down Rossi's turret. So you're forcing out players to really move around that map. And that was something that Star was mentioned before. They haven't been too strong at finding mid-round plays, especially when they're still aggressive to get the early space. So they kind of feel like they're off on an island, playing in the unknown that allows their opponents to really close out these rounds. So having EG on the attack with, well, now the Dart going towards the A side, you kind of have an idea that there's probably a finish from EG over on A. So that will actually get Demon One ready.
Let's see how Demon One plays this smoke here. Gonna go ahead and smoke it out so they feel uncomfortable taking that backside of sight. But they're just jumping through with shorties. Fearless are EG right now with the numbers they're able to put onto the site. Seeing one, but that's going to draw the tunnel attention to the wrong spot. Popping in the back, trading out guns there. And now, in the eyes of Calm here, he's going to get found out, so it's going to be the rest of the team needing to help him.
Comes gonna have to dance now in church.
Great crossfire on Art. Cleaned up one. Waiting to peek. Another double here from the eye of Superman, and he cannot get it. Rossi gets two with a Bulldog, and the defuse comes through for Envy. Timeout value up again.
And that was a big play. Kisnet just had to get his one while he slides across. That eliminates the crossfire setup.
Yep.
So then the other two are kind of just stuck playing on the staircase and trying to swing on a high-low re-peek out from Envy. Very nice in the end. Good finish here to close things off on Envy.
That's the face of, we just want to close this one out. Not.
No pie. No pie. No pie.
Got it.
Yeah, 4-13 for Rossi. Vibes are still there at least.
Yeah. You know, especially when you're not buying. They go up. Definite vibe up.
Look at that win round. They win the round here. Guardians and an Ares. Still not out of the frying pan.
Yeah.
For Envy, and EG are just looking to go very quick towards this B site.
No Convergence path to start. No, they decide to dive in. Extra's still there. Calm missing on the Hunter's Fury. They're trying to just rush into sight on this call to still take the space, but Envy's not going to let it happen. A line of scrimmage stands strong, and no member of EG really passes that.
That was huge by Exter. He was a reason why they were able to anchor that up, and how they were able also, despite that 4 versus 2 that they lost a couple of rounds ago, it was all thanks to Exter finding great value out of his clone. They shoot it out. He flashes on top of that, gets some kills while he's storming back with the team. That was something that was mentioned at the desk where they wanted to see this resurgence of Pompin from that week 1 into this week, because they did kind of falter a little bit in the last 2. But look at that flash after the clone. Even his TP that he forced himself away from was not even far away.
Woo.
So he's always there in that fight.
Mini off shot. Feeling good. Oh, Extra has previously talked about kind of getting hit by the fog of war in a game. It's like, man, I know what to do all the time when I'm playing online, but in the server, sometimes it escapes me, and it seems like he's got that cleaned up in these chaotic situations. Little dismiss. Oh. No fight. They hold their tongue. Oh, I eat crow on that. They don't hold their tongue. They go straight for the fight. And now it fizzles out for a moment.
And look at the differences from TPs from Extra as well. He stays within the site while Digizine was always going towards the A side and a very long rotate. So he's always back in the fight too. Oof. EG though on an eco, so they're again just trying to maximize as much as they can going into the next round. But this is also a scoreline that could potentially haunt EG. They had this matchup. They had this map against Sentinels in the past. They had a strong lead too. It was an 11-7 half, or a scoreline rather, until Sentinels came back and won it 13-11. And now EG was also on the attack side in that moment, or in that map in the series.
Maybe get an orb here for Supermen. I mean, you're going to be going guns. You can't go shy. They do. So at least you get Cosmic Divide out of this too. 4 alts to come out of next round if none are used here. And Envy still can clean up, setting up their ults too. They can get locked down online if they find one more for Rossi. So Envy in a very good position to keep stringing these together. I think it's important that we see them be able to be down in such a way of 5-1, but still have the knowledge and the wherewithal on how to come back in that situation.
I'm gonna say they have to make some noise here. They have to plant, staying alive to time towards the end. The econ won't be there.
Good God. Whoever got there first, really, too flawless.
The thing is, those are important kills for Kisnet. He's one away from the overdrive now, and you just mentioned before, Rossi is one away from his too. So going into this round here, it would be a huge chaotic round 2 coming up.
Poppin resting. This is Potter saying, slow down the aggression. It is.
Both Digizine and Okeanos. Both of them finding great value on Yoru, but Okeanos struggling a little bit more on the Waylay. This is new for him as well. You know, he is the Swiss Army knife for the team, but maybe the jack of all trades, master of none scenarios here.
And sometimes that KDA follows the volume too. A lot of times we see Okeanos be in that volume that Superman has said has got the team going again. So that would be pivotal right now too, to hear that. Convergence path goes up. Digizine easily able to find Demon 1 out. And this makes EG A little unsure to push more. It's only going to be Okeanos. I was going to say no one's going to follow him, but they're trying to get a kill. Art is the play from Rossi. Well, EG have the site. They also don't want to peek. They're playing it a little scared. It's working out for him for now, but lockdown's going to hit, and this is just going to be absolute chaos from Exter. Either side of the wall played here. Kesnit's just going to wait to see if anybody comes through just outside the lockdown, playing inside his. The plays from Okeanos don't come through onto Rossi just yet here. And Bao, they've asked from him before, can he do it this time? Headshot on one, swings it, almost gets the second one, has the timing, but he just, oh my God!
Woo. That would have been insane, but it's once again Exter singing it out for Envy. Coming out of the TP, staying alive, and now forcing Bao to really run around like a chicken with his head cut off, and you know what? The chicken almost won.
They stay alive for a while.
Yeah, it was low HP, the wall bang into that box. I mean, look at the HP remaining for Exter towards the end. I think it was halfway in terms of health.
Oh my gosh.
Clean shot on that flick on Kesnit.
114, a headshot and a body, so he still hit him in the face. Holy.
But that stops the bleeding. This is a huge advantage for Envy to bring things back. Because you talk about this timeout, they've used all of them on the side of EG, and he couldn't convert it. Two players that should have escaped when the lockdown came out from Envy's side, and it didn't happen.
He didn't see him. He didn't see him. Oh, he didn't see him either. There's no being seen right now. Ships in the night. All right, we digress there. It might push a little bit more, but the play is towards A here for Evil Geniuses, where Envy is going to be rotating.
It'll take a long time for them to get their old cycles back too, so I think at this point.
On second thought.
I mean, look at the space you've already gotten all of Envy.
Exactly.
They have the alarm bot. The big gap that they have is a street where they have zero utility, and that's where EG is running into, actually. This is a great opportunity for them to move into a B-side plant.
Up and over, in clean. The rotation now coming back in from popping here. EG trying their hand to stop the bleeding, stop this hemorrhaging that's happening right now, and they lose Calm right off the bat, so they're going to have to search the site themselves. The angles are covered by Demon 1, and he is just that.
And after these rounds of Valorant coming through on the defensive side, we talked about it. Individual plays from a lot of these players across the board, they can make this a very tough game against EG. You don't necessarily always need that synergy when you have 5 amazing players across the board that could find these timings.
I don't know how he does it, but he does the thing again.
We're also fans of the thing whenever it happens, every time. 11-9. It's Envy is not stopping, and it doesn't look like the aggression is going to stop for A main here. No, we're not even really an orb fight. They just want the space and give EG a hard time.
It's a big W for Envy, definitely. Talked about old cycles that EG are desperately trying to get it back on their side. They trade a lot of utility on both ends, though, and EG are just looking to quickly rotate back towards this B side. The turret that was watching mid the whole time that never got broken, it allows for them to now know that there's a weak side towards B.
Drone in, full team. Push into site or aggress at this point, because they're kind of waiting out to see if backhall's clean. They still haven't cleared backhaul. 1 minute on the clock, and the rest of Envy is now about to stare down the barrel here of the site. They're in position to go in. Cosmic Divide comes through. Here's the slide in. Kesnit, oh my gosh, just shocking plays right here. Drives that one. Pow right in the kisser of Calm. Exter. Superman trying to play the smoke, trying to play a little sketchy. And they already know. They already know, and it's not enough. Envy are just cleaning up these rounds one after the other.
Oh, that's a fire finisher
That's
right there.
crazy.
Exter has been popping off for sure on that second half. But right over here, this is where we're seeing those a little bit of those mistakes coming out of EG. Playing to win, not playing off each other, and they're 1v1v1 just through the Cosmic Divide. Nobody there to help out. And Calm unfortunately gets caught with util in hand. Knowing that, you know, you're low HP onto Kisset, you're trying to get a shock dart kill instead of getting gun out. And now Envy are 1 round away of tying things up, and they have the chances on their side. This is a broken economy for EG. Okeanos with a rifle that they want to cycle over as a team. That's why they're staying grouped up now for some art control.
Honestly, in a gun run, what can be an answer for EG at this point?
Yeah, I mean, getting onto sites and the post plans for the retakes, I think it's a similar storyline for both of these teams where they're looking very strong on these retakes.
Just if they can get there.
This is good, though. Breaking the alarm bot on middle from Digizine.
Yeah.
Now they start creating these question marks. They're weakening up the site. Look at the rotate that comes out instantly from Poppin with this Odin. But the Yop is where it's the crutch. You've already noticed it from one side.
Little fakey fake. Running. Oh, no!
That's spike too.
The fake is called, no bluff to be had. The spike is down. And you can kind of see they're not moving too much either. Because Envy is still worried that EG has a play in mind. Not that that was the play. Can't Omen TP on it. But yeah, no full rotation just to converge on spike. Still playing it smart. I love that from Envy.
Yeah, just run down the clock down. Play your numbers. Keep the economy up. This is very, very smart for Envy. Change of pace as well. And as you're trying to find, like we were talking about how it gets difficult for them to find info in the mid round, just let them come to you. Let Demon One mow them down.
He just got a fadeaway headshot walking backwards.
150 HP for all of Envy across the board.
No way. Even on that little fight too? Good Lord.
Yeah. Contact play denied for that rifle round, or at least a hero rifle for Okeanos. We just talked about the dreadful scoreline for EG that comes back creeping at him. And this is what I'm talking about here. You don't have the timeout from Potter anymore to try to calm them down and be like, oh crap, is it going to happen again? Yeah. We're going to lose this lead that we built up against our opponents.
11-11. Kesnet not stopping. Kesnet Ober just continuously in these rounds. Into the face of the opponent. Extra's going to double up on that one. It looks like they might even take control of the game this round with a 12th. EG is stumped already on this round, looking for a way to get in the sight. They still have Okeanos to dash in and do some trickery, but there's hardly any follow. It's going to take a big play to make this happen.
You need some heroics. It's up to Bao here with the space that he's just gotten.
That's one. Oki in, Oki down. The rest of them were there, and Supermen. The cape flowing in the wind, but I don't know if it's going to be strong enough for this one. And he is just going to be timed out here for Envy to find him. This is wild from Envy right now. You said they were going to be a lot stronger with the way they could play, how they could lock things down, just being shooters on that defensive side. And man, are they shooters.
Yeah. Com has to dig deep right now for this last round. There's no economy available for EG. There's no timeout that Potter could call out. And this time around they're getting owned here by this op when they're trying to creep up. This aggression coming out from Kesnet too. It's really catching the timings of what you're trying to do for EG side. When you're trying to say, okay, let's just recall smoke, drone on the top of Long Beach, try to find the op, and you have Kesnet just running it down and taking you by surprise. Basically what Digizine was also doing on the defense, Envy answers in spades. Because that's all across the board that they're finding value on the defense, and that's the individual prowess of this team, of this roster.
Demon One Operator R, Extra Outlaw, like, they're having some fun. Enjoying those, or at least comfort fun, you know what I mean? They're not trying to troll right now.
And that's the other thing we were talking about, right? You have 3 players that can op right now for this team, Kesnet, Extra, and Demon One. That's another pain point that EG will have to face going into the series.
He's already broke 20 kills. We're seeing that he can just play anywhere in any team. Doesn't matter the environment, he makes it happen. And already he'll get the first blood on what could be the final round for Envy here to take Pearl. Cosmic Divide comes in. They sort this out with a bit of a Hunter's Fury up the gut, and that's what they needed. That'll definitely raise a bit of the mental going in. Okeanos breaking space, but they still can't break this line. The site feels weird. Now they're going to get concussed.
Chaos is coming.
Dimensional Drift reveals all. The jig is up here, and the rest of Envy start to make their way into the church portion of site. A 1-for-1 trade. Art's still alive and well. You got Calm hanging out on the outside as Rossi pushes here. Got to get a tap on the spike.
Superman like playing for his life. Just wants to make sure here that they guarantee the round for EG.
Is it OT? It's creeping ever so close here, and it looks like EG is going to tip us out of regulation.
Well, with that ult?
A few shots. Calm comes in, yeah. That's going to make it pretty easy once the lockdown comes through, but it's Oh, the calm shot to bring us to OT. That final kill, 12-12. And honestly, that should not have happened in case of EG. This was their game to lose, and Envy took that seriously.
It came down to that one of those rounds again where almost for Envy, where you showed aggression, you caught some players off guard so many times, and for the last round, you're playing as safe as possible. You're trying to force your opponents to make a mistake, but Calm's opener with that Hunter's Fury and then the Cosmic Divide available for the attack was everything for them to continue to delay and win off time. Guaranteed, especially Bao after that kill has a lockdown. But wouldn't want any other way. A rematch between EG and Envy, a match that goes into overtime to start the series in this elimination game.
Oh, Okeanos ate. No, he just got outside. Beautiful shot onto Kesnet. Relay bolt misses, and now we're seeing Okeanos fire up a little bit at the beginning of the round. Hiding, drawing that kind of towards secret. So yeah, you're gonna get seen by the drone, but the rest of the team is unknown.
Digizine's already TP'd across too, and he's playing with the Phantom, so they are looking to just play off each other and fight.
Little taps.
Bangs are good.
Great sprays back and forth, knowing the locations, knowing the angles they need to trade at a swing off the dart. Digizine calls the timing. Catches pop in half, util out. Calm on that spray. Calm with the Odin. We know it's coming up with some results. And now the 2v4 pitted versus Demon 1 and Rossi.
EG's scared. They're just waiting for the smoke to disappear.
That's a full nebula, so they got time to work here. A little bit of an anchor for themselves to play on the outside. Got that bubble to work around. Oh, he sucks them just to the left. Beautiful job by Demon 1 to get the gravity well, but it's gonna be too many high lows. That's just the way it goes. Evil Geniuses pick up the first OT.
You can see EG, though, despite the player advantage, they were still looking kind of scared. They were afraid of a late lurk from Rossi. So you count down that timer, and you're like, okay, there's no late lurk coming out from the side of Envy. Let's start scaling back in. But Demon 1 almost went for another hero play. To grab well, to isolate one kill, and then using his own smoke as an extra obstacle to hopefully get a second one, but it wasn't enough, and EG are finally back in the lead.
Digizine up and excited. 2 players with 24 over there on EG. We're gonna get a timeout here. This is a heck of a game. Just seeing the scoreboard comparable against each other, who's fragging, who's up there, it's everybody. And it is taking the full team on both Evil Geniuses and Envy side to make this OT work.
I think this timeout, I think it's...
Setting up 5 seconds before that wall drops, and it already looks like A action with double stars ready to concuss or follow up with this play. Kesnet, dash out. They're just going loud to actually push EG off feeling comfortable. Not even trying to stay silent here. Yeah. One smoke forward. First one dismissed. Second one goes in, and oh my God, cleans it up. Can they keep going? Just it looks like everybody wasn't even ready for that fight. What an awkward round to start this one off. And they push back right into spawn to check and see if anybody went through art, and they missed the timing.
That kill could have been huge, though, towards that streak, because with that frag, it comes down to a 2v2. That they could retake the spike here for EG and bringing the hopefully favors back on their side. But Envy, after that timeout, I love the aggression coming out of them. EG did stay towards that spawn, but they didn't get caught. They did get caught still by a recon flash. I got so much value for Envy's defense. But Bao, a kill in a plant, gets him a lockdown. He has full kit to work with as well in the post plant. Rossi's already moving back towards this B site because he was so far from his util in the very beginning.
Window? Easy from poppin'. They get the play. Yeah, EG seemed just stunned at the end there. You know, looking at deer and headlight situation as Envy just snapped. And that's, I think, one of the ways they're the best. We've always known them a team on defense still feels like they're on offense at times.
Now this is a great timeout. I mean, it should be a timeout. I saw 2 guys just lean back before we went into the replay. Look at that. Just a little bit too late on that slow. The saturate from Okeanos, and they got immediate value out of it in the beginning. But now this last time out of overtime.
Faithful Guardian to the Phantom plays, to the Operator rounds. We even saw him with the Op 1 round to drop it for a Phantom next to stay in line with the team. It's working out.
And as you talk about Ops, it's actually not being picked up by Digizine in this overtime, so no glass cannon. They're trying to play the bait and switch for both duelists. They've been hip to hip in the past on this map when Oki was playing on this Yoru, and they're still keeping that same type of play style over on this side, and that was almost a nice surprise onto Exter, but
yeah.
Now we cancel things out, and Envy now has the next step that they have to take now into the mid round.
Oki's gonna have to cover towards Street after that play, but the play is going towards Art for Envy. Running into the bot here, a bunch of util in sight. I think
Two guys shoot it.
Gonna let this play out. Yeah, they've alerted to more than one person. Dark goes up. Can't get a spray on the Odin. Com's just trying to get the right angle. Oh, he wipes out Kesnet's knees. And the team's still gonna try to plant here. A little bit of a fake plant to get that Odin spray out and identify where the exact location is. Digizine sees a lot more people than he wants to and plays his life very safe to keep the pressure on. Here comes the drone in. They're gonna start using this util as Demon 1 fires back. The dust settles, a bit of silence in the fight right now, as nobody's really sure where to look. This one-way smoke's gonna be a little awkward, and Bao finds the positive. Okeano finds a +2, and now it's gonna be the converge onto the site. EG just methodically tear apart that post-plant defense from Envy.
Okay, they gave a chance for Envy to set up, but they did have a plan on that retake. And it started off with Com into the pit. It was already read, though, I'd like to say, by Envy, because the macro, how they scaled out towards the Art. The last time you had somebody play inside that pit, they had 3 guys just spraying through the staircase to take him down. And they almost got Com down to 7 HP, but he's so slippery. He's able to get tremendous value.
The Com's like, eh. All right. Bao close to dropping 30 on the Killjoy. We start off another round here. Can Envy bring it back for another OT?
You see how it's quiet across the board. That's what we were talking about before too. But instead of staying back towards spawn, they're just trying to keep gun out for EG. See if anybody's going to peek in the very first place, because they have been a little bit individualistic for Envy when it comes down to the first bloods that they're attempting. Look at their positions. Demon 1's already up there solo. So that pop-in can watch towards Art.
Oh, right into his star, too. You see how aggressive he loves to play there. Ready for the 1-for-1 trade? Even maybe another. And he'll back in the situation as they start to drone. Oh, Superman! Just dodging out, shot over the shoulder, Egster there.
This sells the fake.
And look, yeah, they're gonna insert 2 and try to sell even more. Oh, that's a good check by Poppin. Even better by the side of Evil Geniuses to correct the situation. Now they can work a bit of the map since they've been seen everywhere, yes.
30 seconds left.
But the alarm bot just came back up. It'll get chaos on both sides of the map now.
Insta-concusses, very quick util, but what do they actually want to work in this situation? Rossi gets a glimpse.
There's 18 seconds, they have to hurry.
Rossi gets enough info to glean that they should stay towards that B site. Another shot from him would be huge.
Rossi!
He gets himself to safety. Now Rossi on 3, and he could deny the round. He's gonna bring him to OT.
Down B.
The ace sits just on his left. He hears it coming through. Oh my God, he hits the ace. Basically solo in the site.
Oh, we've overcooked for EG. After a beautiful kill by Superman in the beginning, I respect the calls coming out from Com, though, because he dashed into the site. Okeano still spotted players over on the A. They were heavy on that side. You lean in towards A. Superman was already inserted towards B. But it comes down to when you're trying to play your micro and play off each other, you can't play scared. And I was afraid of that going in from Loud into this game. The alarm bot sees him, and they decide to pull through instead of brute forcing their way across to get the space. And they allowed EG, or Envy, to set up. And for Rossi to have a highlight reel of an ace to push this into another overtime.
It's an elimination game, but neither team even wants to lose the first map. At this point, Digizine puts another marker in the first blood column for this map of Pearl. And now it's going to be Envy moving forward, not having that extra entry, all on Kesnet. It hasn't been a problem before.
Bao talked about a Demon 1 cosplay before. Can he do the Rossi cosplay on this B site if Envy are attempting to re-hit B?
He's top fragging. Confidence is there. Crosshair is ready for sure. Com trying to set up a bit of util. They get Dart for the fast lane. And they will insert with that on Envy's side, just for a second.
That Smokes is just going to force Kesnick to look for a different spot to take here.
Yeah.
But it comes down to Oki.
Is he ready? Called upon in this position multiple times here to see if he can start off the team with a big kill.
And if he falls, he doesn't. This is perfect to start, and he slows things down, and there's 30 seconds left. I was going to say they're so separated that if he falls, that's a weak A site.
Raises his life expectancy, heading out a little bit to get another kill there. Knows he gets shot from one side, and they're looking. He gives that to Superman, and they're just playing peekaboo with Envy in sight. Another defensive round for Evil Geniuses.
Envy once again on this map, forcing themselves to just dig as deep as they can. Remember, there was such a big OT game against Cloud9 when they played this map, where Demo and Farm dropping close to nearly 40 kills, but he was actually representing C9 at that point.
Yeah.
And I was looking at this game, I was like, well, if Pearl is going to be left in the pool for Envy, you have to put Demon 1 on that chamber. He's still putting up numbers on his Astra, though, so... But overall, EG's looking really good into these overtimes. Back and forth we go, but they're still back at map point.
What was it? C9 Energy that traded defensive sides too until they started trading attack sides in overtime. It just seems like teams cannot get a grip on what the whole fundamental of the game was going for. They love that defensive side for both right now. We'll see if Envy can get theirs strong. So we go to 15-15.
Okay. We're tapping and just leaving, so they don't want to let anybody know on Envy's side who picked up the orb, who could be the one lurking, if there's still going to be a lurk after. This means for me, it's, I was going to say maybe some sort of find the op again and just explode as a team.
Cutting through.
Going to crash out. Did you peek? I got a question mark on his mini-map there for a quick head.
Anything.
Oh, Eggster's out. Easy. Great shock dart to come through. Not too much chip damage, actually. Still holding. Smoke clearing is actually real scary, knowing there's operators in the game right now. This swing's going to have to be fast. Smoke goes down once again, and it's still delayed. 25 seconds left of the round. This one goes to a pressure cooker. Not sure who it favors just yet, but it's going to be a quick scope. No hit, no one down yet. Still 5 alive as the site is pressured, and Envy's just on the outside ring here, looking to get back in. Bow starts with number 1. Kesnick starts to answer, but that's going to be 3 quick for Evil Geniuses. And this could be it. First map going to them. 2 more kills. Rossi and Eggster stand tall here on the defensive side. An operator to come through. It's not enough. Digizing cleans them up, and Evil Geniuses will push it through for a victory on Pearl.
And you will definitely breathe a sigh of relief for EG. This was an 11-5 scoreline, I think, going into it teaches turnarounds within the round in itself. So if you're seeing Envy score first bloods now on their attack side, you could probably see Envy go with a very strong second map of their map pick here of Corrode.
Yep. Oh. Kesnick. Solo play. Love this. Gladiator status all by himself. Up mid. And they weren't even ready for it. EG's still trying to rotate and figure out if that was real or if that was the fake, but the spike's being planted just about 20 seconds into the round.
An insane start. I didn't even have a chance to see if we pop in actually bought util for Kesnick.
I was like, somebody told EG it started, right? This is crazy. Oh, the trades? Just a classic to Ghost trade from Heaven. They're allowing the angles to be open here. And here's the retake, a bit of protocol with the utility used, but now the detection and the flashes. Another flawless, kind of the name of the game towards the end of Pearl for Envy. That's a crazy pistol round, honestly.
Yeah, solo dash up there. Barely any util to help out, and Kesnick just finds an opener like that. That's insane here. And you come out with full force. I mean, you're catching your opponents off guard. You'll take it for sure. EG was not ready for that.
No. And they were ready to almost take it slow, too, on anything on the back half of this round. But 100 miles an hour was the name of the game. Oof.
You had another round to the tally of the 100% conversion when they have a man advantage against EG. Now, an Ares on the attack side, Poppin is trying to find something with the Prowler and wallbang here, but they're expecting EG to go from sort of aggression play. So all of them staying back after into the spawn after the Prowlers came through. And besides the insert right here from Eggster.
Almost gets out. A nice cleanup there.
That's a big pickup.
It's a very big pickup. We'll catch Exeter on the first blood connections too as the map goes on. Is now Envy rather makes their way through that link. Safe for now. Kesnit's ready to show something and get out of there so the team can finish the process. And they're getting a little close, and they have to all stay now. Paranoia delay. EG's setting up well, but they're not under the skin of Envy yet.
They're afraid of this lurk, so they have to climb deep in the site, but all 5 of them are looking to stay in. Nice job by Demon 1.
Very nice. Doesn't matter if it's going to be a rifle or a pistol. Still uses the sidearm effectively for 2 there at the right entrance to A. And now they just wait this one out. And only losing 1? No, they've lost 2 more. Superman has something to say about it. Has the Outlaw readied and almost gets online for another shot here. Calm with the Sheriff. 2 quick shots. 1 already a body to Demon, and that's enough. But Rossi cleans it up. Keeps the round safe, but they do take quite a bit of damage there.
Yeah, and that was a great release for EG. After you get that kill onto Exeter, you've already gotten a weapon and so much map space. The only gap that they had was towards middle, but you gamble stack right with the instant rotate from common to the A site. I think going into 2 beautiful shots from Superman on that 2 versus 4 here, right here, there was just a little bit of one too many peaks that didn't really allow Com to really move up. You're trying to hopefully waste some bullets on your opponents, and Com finds the surprise attack as you're reloading, but they stopped the bleeding for Envy, making it fairly expensive as their buy is still quite good going into their bonus.
And they split A site here to work the right side towards the elbow. Easy take for Envy. They want to go fast on this bonus round and get away from any of the quick pressure. How about Digizine finds a kill. Another one from backside. A 3rd one! A 4th one! Digizine going for the ace here. He's going to try to find Poppin, but he gives him the swing. And that's going to be a back shot from Bao. Finds the flank. They come up quick. Man, Envy went fast, but Digizine went faster.
Yeah. It would look like EG were caught a little bit towards that A site. There was some good values. I saw some tethers on the ground, so information was there for Envy, but as they tried to scale back up, Digizine finds a timing.
Who is this guy?
Oh my God, Doug!
He's like, well, my ace.
Yeah, he's like, this is no, and also this is too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. He did whiff a little bit on Poppin towards the end when the other shots looked fairly clean. You're definitely going to take any round so far for EG to not allow Envy to snowball any of these rounds. Rifle for Digizine again. He kept it from that previous round.
Yeah.
Now EG are on a fast rotate already, though. I don't know if Envy heard that, but they are still going to go for a 5-man pop.
They're crashing into the site. Quickly seeing a ping there. Everybody's about to get out safe. Ooh, Com caught mid-spray there on the Odin by a quick swing. Superman's already elbow. A high-low kind of peak. And he gets cleared. These things fizzle out for now. It's just going to be detection from Digizine Ultimate. He's grabbed it for so many good kills on this round, but it looks like things could go EG's way. Digizine being a problem in sight here. We're looking for kills from Okeanos these last few rounds, and you're going to find it. They just clinically pick apart Envy 1 by 1 to find their way back in after that dimensional drift.
Look quite dangerous, though. Bao just got instantly caught by Demon 1 in the cave. Again, playing just to the standards. You see a dimensional drift come through the site. There should be some players flowing through. You're trying to run some util around the information that you seize from Digizine right here. And then you catch them off guard with these aggressive angles. Thankfully here, another big flank. Okeanos has been doing that on Pearl and doing it again this time around on Corrode. It's a nice little 2-piece. Ties up the game and breaks the econ for Envy one more time. And Envy will go for it again. This time around, though, there's no Nightfall to really try to clear towards the elbow.
And they should have early info. So they get a quick peek out here on the right side of the map. Or the left. A nice drone. Oh, drone to safety. You could actually see Superman coming in for the assistance there. Nice teamwork, but Envy's still going to try to encroach onto the site. One clothesline, another clothesline from Superman as Demon 1 is finally able to trade the kill back, and EG go again. I was going to say into that defensive mode, but it's still a kill mode. Digizine finds one.
Odin picked up. Spike will go down. Demon 1 has a stinger to work with, but up against 4 players. Kesnit at half HP.
Oh dear.
Standing.
One killed back haul. That outlaw still going crazy for Digizine, and they saturate Demon One so he can't go anywhere. And they tie his shoes together right on top of the spike. Another 3K coming through for EG as they start getting these ults online early and just having advantages to retake site over Envy.
Yeah, and you're seeing like the adjustments that you're doing to change the meta, having to play against a Waylay, the drone, and then you have a player to support. Little micro things that changes within Valorant here with these new agents and patch changes. Something also that Furia did quite well in their openers and their matchup against Sentinels, just to bait out the Waylay and have a second player just behind the one that should get punished to do the punishment onto the Waylay dash. That was nice. Kesnick couldn't get too much space out of that one too, and no shenanigans out of Envy's aggression on their eco or their half buy.
See if they maybe force a hand at the Viper ult if they can get into B fast this round. They have conditioned it a few, so maybe this is just saying, hey, we're here again, get that same rotation out of EG, and then they work the map because they still have somewhat of a default position to start.
Yeah, I think out of 6 rounds, maybe 5 of them was a start into B. Even if Kesnit, well, on the pistol round, dashed towards middle to get that first pick, the main players were still leaning towards this B site to start. They're forcing EG to push forward and hopefully into their crosshairs.
Bao backs up, realizes this is danger, chooses the right side to back up on. Ooh, saturate. Oh, can't follow up on that. A great cleanup here by the team of Envy. They get in. What is this drop from Superman? He swoops in for a 3K. Oh my gosh, and it's cleaned up with the 4 inside the mind of Envy as they're making these sight hits.
It ain't a bird or a plane, it's a snake and Superman, as is Viper, dropping down on a double flash of Digizine and Bao.
No way.
There was still vulnerables coming through. That was still very nice. I mean, even if the flashes didn't get value, you have to stay towards that back of that hut. Woo. And he finds perfect timing. We just talked about it, that you don't always have to play these split retakes on the side of EG. You try to catch them off these timings. The look that we saw when they played that drop down onto Loud on Haven.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing
again, default the map.
Yeah, no choice. You've shown so many times towards this B side, but you haven't really converted rounds since you got into the gun round for EG. So you continue to show this hand. The difference right now, though, is that you have inserts towards this A side, so you are, I mean, there was a fake TP that went towards that side of the A as you saw Rossi come across towards B. But that said, it was trying to make a lot of noise on, I guess, both extremities here so they could potentially go for a late rotate back to A, as Demon One does have that slow control over towards that A main.
Buy it, though. Oki low. And they're going with the regular Prowler hit, dash in. Oh, the target acquisition from Superman is unreal to understand that situation. Digizine's there already to assist at elbow. And it doesn't take many members of EG right now because they're all putting on a show if they're asked. Demon One, last one alive with his Guardian. We'll see what kind of damage he can put out before they find him.
Superman is locked in for sure.
It's crazy.
It made me chuckle a bit because it just gave me flashbacks into their matchup on Abyss before, where Superman saw the Yoru clone, turned around, and still shot the Yoru clone after he saw Exer run into Ivy, and he got flash and died. And this time around, he knows which to choose and punishes Exer right away. But the flick onto Kesnit was nice. I mean, it wasn't the strongest of buys of Envy, but you're on an island right now, and you're trying to get your 1 and 2. You're looking at the setup from EG. They're giving so much responsibility onto Superman to 1-4 hold, solo hold rather, towards this B site. He's doing an excellent job at it.
Man, they are bringing the pain here at the B site. And again, that, like you said, it was a low buy, so you're kind of affecting a little bit of the map on the right as we saw it, and they tried to get into B off maybe a sneak attack. Still doesn't work. EG is ready for everything, and it doesn't look like they're over-rotating either. They're going to anchor everything until they are 100% confident, and this is leaving Envy with little options. A push. Oh, now EG want to go active. They're going to try to get a force on this A main after so many rounds. Huge saturate, but no follow-up. Envy is able to react in a split second.
Tried to do a little bit of a MIBR flare.
Yeah.
And it's fair because EG has shut down B site every single time. So they had the perfect read for an A site hit. Just unfortunately, the combination wasn't there, and Envy's already having an early 5-on-2 situation after a plant here on A site.
Round after round, it looks grim when you're losing, but it's still only 5-2. This could bring it to 5-3 potentially, and again, we're right back in there. We were 5-1 on Pearl, and Envy still made that comeback count.
You're right. Despite EG looking very good in this defensive side, it's still a very close game thanks to that pistol round that was very nice from Envy to start. Saving these 2 weapons, though, would be huge, and also getting exits on top of that. Economy for Superman is low, but for the rest of the team, they can actually go for these type of fights. Envy recognizes that. It's been quite all along towards spawn, so they want to clear it as a team, and they'll keep all 5 of them alive.
When they do it, a lot of times it's flawless. They start to stack that money, and it can be a problem. Envy keep everyone alive for this round. But that doesn't mean EG's out. We should have money to come back here and buy it. But it was really nice consideration, the attack. They went through a saturate and a paranoia. So it actually took quite a bit here from Rossi to make sure they didn't get double flanked. Or double push, sorry.
Missing that recall, too. Just trying to get his one. He was locked in at least to just try to get one. But it looks like Envy was just ready for that. The thing is, too, is you can start cycling some ults for Envy on the attack. Op comes out for the first time, though, for Digizine.
Okay.
Just playing it towards this A site. The fake TP. Making it think that it went all the way back towards spawn. Look at how it pulls 2 players back here.
They are looking. On a little adventure, as this is going to be Digizine taking front site now to see how that site was spread. And how does this creep in? Oh, it gives them a little spike site, or a little entrance into the site, too. Really cool pit. And we're going to just split the pits as well. They don't actually cross.
No.
Interesting formation.
So
interesting.
Everybody having their own line of scrimmage, pretty much.
Who's going to visit who first? That's the question.
It'll have to be EG.
Yeah, they have to go in a search. Poppin is sitting right on the edge. Actually, he's kind of in a little crux between both of them. That's kind of crazy. Nobody's found him yet. He's going to encroach back into their own. Calm on top, trying to make it work. Oh, do they drop him?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, they drop it. Pull the pants down and see if it can work in their favor. Calm is there to get a kill with Superman. Poppin's looking left and right, trying to find the right angle, but there's just too many ways to swing. The hospital flicks are necessary, and that's going to be 1 kill. Oh, shoots him in the butt! Kesnick gets the kill in the clutch. What a chaotic round of Viper ults, and it's going to be Envy coming out on top.
That's what was missing towards the end. Envy, yeah, you talked about the pit dropping.
Yeah.
As the spray is coming out from Calm, where it was starting to do a little bit too much damage here on the top of the hut. Actually, it was Demon 1 dying, which is the reason why the pit dropped. I was expecting Superman to drop his here so he could get some value on who maybe else could be hiding out in the open. Still some good shots came through and some good trades, but it came down to the clutch, where unfortunately there, you see the disappointment out from Potter was close but no cigar, where Odin is quite strong for Calm.
What's Calm doing? I was going to say he's up there at the front of B. Is he going to try to just rip off a dart and try to go right up the gut here of a push? But no, it looks like they're holding back for now.
Okay, this is a forward snake bite just to get Digizine at this line. Tried to jump spot TP, but Digizine was just out in the open and had the crosshair placed easily for a headshot.
Too fast. Just too fast. Oh my gosh, he's all over the map. Omnipresent Digizine, another op shot. He's going to show himself now at the A side, as they already have a push coming down and reclaiming the space outside of A for EG.
They're closing all the gaps.
Yeah.
He's basically rotating to make sure nobody's going to creep up here towards the A link.
They might see the spike.
They will see the spike for sure.
See the spike. Oh, even on the gun round too. It's a little ways away from everyone that needs to do a plan. What even is that sliver of Kesnet that he saw and was able to shoot? That's incredible.
One enemy remaining.
And yeah, just a round of evil geniuses, easy shots, great crosshair placement, and shutting down Envy as they search the map out.
EG's turn to get a flawless and a perfect round at that. It's all Digizine not getting 0 damage off the op kills and Spooner playing the off angle. I was gonna say, like, when just before this kill happened, right onto Kesnet, Kesnet found a pocket to creep out towards the A-Link and make a difference, but as soon as he leans a little bit back, everything gets locked down, and Stunner was not happy about that one.
Oh, he's just watching what would be kind of inserts get taken down in 1v1 situations, and it looks kind of like there's no idea. We're gonna get a
convergence path into a
Yeah,
Hunter's Fury.
he's right on the other side of the wall, ready for this.
Actually, they're going to ult it with the Yoru too. So after this timeout, it's time for EG to up the tempo.
Waiting for the commitment. Oh, not a foot. The too many have passed. They really couldn't get past the forward line there. They held it for a bit. Com's able to take down Okeanos, so he gets one. Not the one he wanted. They continue to push in. Envy now has all of this space on the right side. And they've forced a flub in this situation from EG. Digizine good for one in the smoke with a shorty. Looks like he might return again after Com gets these shot down from the Odin. There are slivers of health on these members of Envy limping around.
Joel will see him too. Swoopman gets the flank kill as well, and low HP players on the A site now for Envy.
Demon One's the only one that's a bit healthy in this situation. Forced to move because he's orbed out by the Yoru ult. Oh, the plan goes down, but he says peekaboo. And now Demon One is known from the A link as he jumps up to Superman to try to get a kill there. Supa playing his life, just reading that he's being pushed, turns at the right time. Oh my gosh, you can't ask for any more from the EG players right now. They are just giving Envy the worst time.
Still finding the gap, and look at the respect. Look at Superman rotating all the way back towards middle.
Jeez. And even Digizine, a 3K to sit under the crosshair of Demon One's placement there. And just make it look easy. A 7th round now for EG.
How did that turn that back for EG side? Because again, the play, I thought it was going to be a dimensional drift, but if not, okay, it makes sense. You put the Yop at that line, but the Yop was playing an off angle, watching it passively. So they all missed everybody from Envy, and they instantly got punished. But Digizine finds redemption, shorty in the site. And then great delays from him as well. Dimensional drift, good thing he stayed alive. Rights his wrongs, and EG gets the round still.
If I'm Envy right now, I'm terrified of any smoke in front of me. Yeah. DG lives in there. He has been in the majority of the smokes Envy's trying to enter. Doesn't go too far on the peak. Extra here's the TP back. Parallel convergence fake on the right side. A lot going on from Envy here, team wide. This is taking a lot of parts in place to make it work, and they have sold Evil Geniuses here on the push towards A. Oh, hello.
Yeah, never really showed any fakes in the first place. Yeah, the ult gets info, but this forward position, it's a 1-for-1 trade-off, but Digizine's still up.
Somehow the trade is always there. What positioning by EG to be right on the anchor of each other. And yeah, Com knows. It's like they've planted where we weren't there. They're going to push for space. And yeah, it's covered. Beautiful X-Fire there between Com and Bao as the angle was approached. And Rossi sees one, almost gets a second, but it's a cleanup by Okeanos there. EG are gonna look to grab 8 on this first half and clean it up nice.
Always seem to have found an answer against all of Envy's attempts here on their attack side, with the exception of the pistol round. But all the rest, and as soon as you're able to get an op or a snipe in the hands of Digizine, something that he hasn't pulled out too much in that first map, but he's done quite well here.
All right, we are going to be throwing it down for an interview with this half being over. Let's head over to Dryad with Furious Nerve, who are going to be hanging out down on the stage.
Yep.
Base, right?
Yeah, they're guns.
It has been the story. Has been the story.
So you'll have to be clean here, but the underlining thing is you have to notice now, unfortunately, Extra has been shut down on the attack for EG, against EG so far, and you're hoping to right the wrongs as well for this star player who's popped off on the first map. He starts off by walking down middle.
One of those silent jumps was not silent, so Rossi's forced to move off his initial line there, smoked out anyways. You called the mid push, and they push and pull. A kill on both sides to start off. A little bit of util used here. But that insert of Digizine is very nice. They seem aware though. Little left-right crossfire going on.
Just got into the smoke just in time, but they need the rest of the team to make the chaos here in the front of the site before.
They're waiting for that peek. They kind of set up to look at A link there and see if anybody would peek. There's just a firing squad outside the site, and Envy is actually walking into it. What a slowdown there, and freeze the round by EG.
Spike planted.
Slowly, Demon One has to clear every single angle. There might just be too many. We asked for the first one. I like that. Calm's like, nah, I'll run away. We're all going to get together outside the site and play safe here.
Especially when two of them are one-shottable now by Demon 1.
I don't even know if Dart's up soon. They're just playing it very, very safe. At least for the pick, the peek, and the quick touch on Spike. Oh. Superman again. A 3K there. Even at low HP, sturdy on the pistol round, and another one for Evil Geniuses.
I love the little combo at the start at middle. Calm got value. I think it was a drone that he got the tag on. And then because the bandit shot the util in the first place, it allows Oki to separate and isolate that fight, knowing that Kessie already ran back.
Bro, why is it always me? Why?
He has to finish with my VFL. He wants to go to Trent lines.
Yep.
Speaking of which, my VFL has Nerve and Artazine, so I don't know what Nerve was talking about during the...
Oh, okay, okay. Kesnit trying to get that refract, get a little information, some damage, anything. But a very, very slow round from EG here in the backside of their half.
There's not going to be any surprise swing outs out for EG. They're just really trying to punish a contact play outside of the front B site. There's so much map given here for EG to take. So that's one orb taken. They haven't heard anything towards aiming yet. Good damage done by Kesnit to start though, but
and they're ready to end A here. He takes the orb, but then Digi walks away and comes back to see if there's somebody else on the line to kind of trick him.
And despite this being an eco round for Envy, but we talked about here the mid round, how do you find information for Envy side when Stunner was talking about it with Pedro Romero? You're looking over here, there's a minute left, but everybody rotated all the way back through spawn. There's still such a huge question mark within all of the zone. So they're gamble stacking now for the A site hit. Thankfully, it's a right read, because a drone comes out from EG, and now they're ready to fight.
And kind of doing what they did on pistol round.
Left.
Set up here in the courtyard, look for some shots before they move, see if anybody will push out early. Some flashes into the site, met with also a paranoia. Everybody comes out of Blindville, and it's going to be shots here for Envy actually to start off. Back and forth, though. 3v3. Seas goes down, but it is not going to be Digizine going down. That's kind of insane. 9 HP, jumping classic. Does Digi push? Oh, he still gets the shot in the air. A 4K for Digizine in a situation where he's also seized up.
I think he was seized up at 9 HP too.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
You saw here, you're just trying extra, just praying that the jump spot randomness, the RNG of the classic is going to hit that one single bullet to take him down. But man, did it look so good for Envy. We talked about, again, the gamble stat on the rotate towards that A site. But thankfully, the reaction for Digizine too good.
Wait. 15 rounds, 22 for Digizine, 21 for Superman?
Yeah.
Holy, these guys are cooking.
And this is such an uphill battle for Poppin', and you're trying to think here, maybe in the comms, will Rossi start stepping up who to help out for these calls, because they have no timeouts left. So as EG continues, if they can continue to be as aggressive for these punishments.
Already one of them here. Oh, still going for the fight. It seems like they're staying right in front of a lot of util. And it's catching Envy off guard in most cases. Khan's gonna get the plant here.
Superman's gonna have to start hurrying up because he's chilling towards the A elbow. How did that miss?
I don't. He danced with the util, shot through both armpits. Maybe, I don't know. It's a question we have to look at for later. Sees just outside. Calm is safe here. Paranoia, but the distance is there. Oh, he shoots back at the crosshair, just at the muzzle flash. That's insane. Calm down. Rossi, so much to do here. Creates some situation for himself that makes it feel bad for EG, but they still have answers for the situation. He tries to get half here with most of his HP going the way of the snake bite, and Superman cleans that one up as he knows he has the upper hand.
Yeah, and he knew Rossi had to get it at half at least.
Yeah.
So runs back in, has to eat the snake bite, and no choice but to have low HP once he's at half point. But Calm staying alive, I love those, again, being very sneaky here. He had drone, getting ready to drone out towards main, still survives. The thing here, at this position was quite nice. He avoided the Prowler, got into that smoke at the limit of the Prowler, yet still gets the kill while he's full paranoid.
Ew, catch that just whip! Bro, it's always on.
Because nobody ever does that. 2 rounds away from facing elimination. Envy need the answers now, and EG will not even allow them a chance. They are making this look so tough. Envy came in with some changes to see if it would be the right choice here. And it'll play after kickoff, but it does not seem like they were able to get the pieces in order for this series, and EG is punishing for it.
Envy needed some answers, but EG keeps making that test difficult.
Yes.
An instant kill and then a 140 onto Kesnet. They dropped 2 players in the process. Orb now being picked up. Drone is still available too, so right now EG could continue to play a clean round to get the late info. We'll probably spot Demon 1 in the sight. Yeah, you just saw him.
High flash. It's going to be a good kill by Egster, and it looks like they're able to thwart the take so far. Envy or EG stopped in their tracks. 8 HP trying to play his life. Oof.
And 10 on Kesnet on the rotate.
Oh no. A possible game point for this one. They go for a fake plant to see if they can pull anything out, and actually planting in a little bit better of a spot as well under that Viper orb. Orb's gonna drop. They're not looking to save. Oh, the fake from Digizine draws Kesnet's attention enough for the kill to come through. No mistakes from this guy this series.
No. And for EG, I think the confidence is gonna be oozing right now.
Oh my gosh.
At map and series point, we just talked about their last 2 times. They had an 11 scoreline against Envy. It was a comeback game. It was dreadful actually for EG. But now as they instantly cross from 11 to 12, they're looking good.
Okay, bro. He insta-killed me, bro.
Bao is going through it on stage right now. He'll never want to remember this series, even if it is a W. Push forward, Okeanos. Hardly ever on that quick, aggressive play, but they're still trying to find a little bit through it because Envy probably isn't expecting it. The Hunter's Fury Digizine follow-up throws Envy for a loop to start round 17.
And as things calm down, though, it's still EG with a player advantage. Okeanos did get heavily punished in the first place when Envy knew potentially about the type of map space you're trying to get at the very beginning with a double dash, so they instantly go for some util right in that pocket. But now EG are just going to wait. I think they're understanding too that Envy will have to try to find some information in the mid round, but as they lose Pop in the first place, well, this is going to be very difficult with no Prowlers and Haunts.
Yeah, everything becomes a personal check. You are the turret, you are the sentry.
And that's why EG staying as a group, going for instant trades. I think this is a perfect call right now for EG in the mid round.
Wall goes up. And cruising through here. Rossi looks to get a peek actually as it drops. Maybe an upper hand. Oh, he still dinks Superman, but he controls the aim. How couldn't that go in a kill for Envy? Kesnet trying to be fast. Does he know there's another one mid? Oh my god, another drop in his sight from Envy. Using a bit of Evil Genius's own medicine on him. Calm, 31 HP in a pickle. Can he get out? No, he cannot. Marinated by Kesnet with the 3K. And Envy stay alive for one more round.
What the heck happened there? All I saw was 4 players instantly dropping on the kill feed.
That was a Superman play by, who was the judge there? It was Egster. Yeah. The rest of the team were getting kills around the map as well.
And good on Demon 1 to stay alive too, once he got spotted.
We go again.
12-5 scoreline. Still very close to a big ults, actually, for Oki, Digizine, and Superman, but Digizine will pick that up.
No way, another one from Egster. What a flash to play with Demon 1. A great anchor on the play as well as Poppin now moves over to gather that space for the team. And now EG, we haven't really seen them have to deal with these rounds where they've been whittled down to start. Losing Calm, losing Okeanos. What's their entry now?
At least Bao still has his 2 smokes. But the other thing is that we didn't really have any type of like lurk or insert for Superman. But what he could do is keep playing this wall up and down here to keep some players to listen to audio cues, and that's Kesnet. So you're still somewhat thinning the lines, and you're selling this fake on the B site to start.
Keeping him guessing. He has to consider there might have been a timing, too. Digizine now going to the other side. They see him orb.
No
Superman!
Way.
Through the saturate!
He only had a sheriff!
That's insane. And he actually got hit by it, too, at the same time. They're going to go ahead and get the ult down, and Digizine finds him through the middle! looking to put Envy to bed. It is only going to be Rossi coming through spawn now with the Bulldog 3 standing in sight here for the side of Evil Geniuses, and Digi still even covering the flank so the team can watch spawn. It's just a push out. Rossi tries to get in. Bao gets the final kill. It's not him this time. Bao gets that kill. Evil Geniuses say goodbye to Envy as they move on in the kickoff bracket.
Again, another EG day where they find revenge. A map on Kuro where they were dominated by the 100% conversions on advantages.